town hall in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, it's eTown with this week's guests. From Birmingham, Alabama, Early James, founding director of the UN Foundation, Senator Tim Wirth. And from Austin, Texas, Ruthie Foster. I'm Helen Forster. Right now, join me in welcoming our host, Nick Forster.
Thank you, Helen. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to eTown. We, since we started, have been celebrating basically the power of music to bring people together. It's kind of like the universal language. It is something that we need right now, something that brings us together, reminds us of our common humanity. As Danny Barnes said, music is good. It is a powerful healing force. So we're going to do more of that. Speaking of bringing people together, about 80 years ago, in the wake of World War II, the UN was created to try to avoid another world war. There's all kinds of feelings about the UN and challenges that the UN is facing now. But we're going to learn more about it. We're going to hear from the former director of the UN Foundation. Senator Tim Wirth is here, and he'll be out in a while to talk to us about that. This week, we got a couple of musicians from southern states. Early James grew up in Alabama and began playing and writing songs as a teenager. He's here on his own this week, a strong player, strong singer and writer. And from Texas, Ruthie Foster is back with us. Ruthie's got such a great story, and we're going to get into that a little later on in the show. Small town, singing in the choir, Christian family, a stint in the Navy, some time in New York, and then back to Texas. She's now in the Texas Music Hall of Fame. She won a Grammy in 2025. She got a star outside the Paramount Theater in Austin, Texas. And yet, in spite of all that great stuff, she continues to tour and to write and to record. She was first on eTown when we were younger, 21 years ago. And she's been on a few times since then. We're very happy to have her back. Please welcome back to eTown, Ruthie Foster.
Wow, 21? 21 years ago. I was a baby. Baby, still a baby. It's 4 a.m. and I'm wide awake in my head. Guitar suitcase in the middle of the bed. I'm too far away to dream, not ready for the morning light. It's 4 a.m. so I play away the night. Somebody told me, girl, you better rest your mind. You keep running at a race, you're gonna run out of time. Find yourself alone, waiting for your life to start, until it's 4 a.m. and you're playing away the dark. Well, I picture a strum and I hear the drum calling on a backbeat till it feels like I'm running, and I'm humming, tapping out a rhythm on a hotel floor. Heart starts pumping till it feels a little more like flying, and till it's strung and I hear the drum calling on a backbeat till it feels like I'm running and I'm humming, tapping on a rhythm on a hotel floor. Heart starts pumping till it feels a little more like flying, and I am. It's 4 a.m. and I'm wide awake in my head, staring at the walls when I should be sleeping instead. I'm too far away to dream, not ready for the morning light. It's 4 a.m. so I play away the night. Yeah, thank you. Trying to find a new home, trying to write a new song, trying to find a rhythm that'll help me, oh, when I get through it. I keep singing the blues, everybody's saying you gotta get away and go deal with the real stuff, but I don't know if it's gonna be true enough. Yeah. Keep singing the blues. Oh, I'm just passing on, singing the same old songs. Sometimes it feels so right, don't feel all alone. But when the music fades, the crowd drives away. I'm staring at the mirror, still singing the blues. Oh yeah, oh, I'm staring at the mirror, yeah, just singing the blues. Yeah, look out, I can pop a little upbeat reggae and I can lift and appreciate, but I'd rather be high on, yeah, yeah, I'm singing the blues. Been in and out of soul, even rock and roll, but a little Bobby Blue blend never, 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 never gets old. Yeah, I gotta hear me some blues. Alright. Whoa, I'm just passing on, singing the same old songs. Sometimes it feels so right, don't feel all alone. But when the music fades, the crowd drives away. I'm staring at the mirror, singing the blues. Oh yeah, I'm staring at the mirror, yeah, yeah, I'm still singing the blues. Singing the same old songs. Sometimes it feels so right and I don't feel all alone. But when the music fades, the crowd drives away. I'm staring at the mirror, yeah, I'm still singing the blues. Oh yeah, oh, I'm staring at the mirror, oh, still singing the blues. Singing the blues, yeah. Singing the blues. Go ahead, Nick. and blue. Thank you.
Ruthie Foster, welcome back to eTown. Sun Records.
Yeah, they heard we were making an album. I recorded this one in Nashville with my producers Tyler Bryant and his wife Rebecca Lovell from Larkin Poe.
Yeah.
They came in and heard about 3-4 tunes we were working on and signed me halfway through the record.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins,
Yep.
and Ruthie Foster. I know that the Grammy win must be a big accomplishment, but you've accomplished a lot. That was exciting, and I know that was a long time coming. So congrats on that. Congrats
Thank
on
you.
so many fronts.
Thank you. Yeah, that was this was my 6th nomination. And this particular year I decided not to go.
Tired of being stood up at the altar, right?
It's always a really good time. It's a good party to hang out and get a chance to be a fan, really. Get a chance to see all of these people who I love and
Yeah.
adore. And I'm trying not to lose my mind when they're standing in front of me, you know.
Yeah.
But this year, there was a cruise going on, and I really wanted to be on this cruise.
Yeah.
I wanted to just hang.
Yeah. Those of you may not know, but when your mom got sick and you decided to leave New York and go back to Texas to be with your mom, you maybe gave up some opportunities a little bit. Did you ever wonder about that? Did you feel like if I'd stayed in New York, other things would have happened? Or doesn't?
No, I've been playing music since I was 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
So that's a long time. And I figured, you know, it's okay to take a break. And I had fulfilled my contract with a major record label I was with at the
Yeah.
time. And it's interesting. I was on my way out of town and I got a call from Anita Baker's producer. So it was one of those. But, you know, my mother was sick and I got one, you know.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to go home and help my siblings with that. And I really needed to be in one spot where I felt grounded and I had something to write about.
Yeah.
You know? And so I took a break from music and I worked at a TV station and I would work on weekends playing music and see to my mother. In fact, my mother was my hairdresser for my shows.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, when people come across you in your town and in your community and they look at you as a woman who's accomplished a lot, who grew up singing in choir and going to church and being a family person and being a Navy vet, they must be proud of you.
Yeah. I'm proud of myself
Yeah,
for
of
just
course.
saying yes to opportunity. Yeah.
Speaking of pride, you've been involved with various pride marches and
Yeah.
movements and outspoken as an out person. You have a nickname for yourself that I can't remember.
Yeah, I call myself a Bukwa. Black, queer, underestimated, authentic American woman. Now, the Q can be for queen, too.
Queen, okay. Bukwa.
Depends on the day. Bukwa.
Okay, it's fun to say. Hey, quickly, before we get back to music, you have a new record. It's doing really well. As I mentioned, it won a Grammy. And the title song is appropriate for a person in your spot right now because it's about life experience, mileage.
Yeah, I wanted to write a song that said something to not just people in the music industry, but to those of us who've been through something.
Yeah.
You know, it's about going through and getting through it and knowing that there's an end. But the song means a lot to me. And another one of those songs that just lifts me up.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also just to celebrate the benefit of having life experiences, especially for people of a certain age. That's a cool thing.
It is.
It's important.
Yeah.
Well, listen, maybe can we play that song?
I think we should.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome back to eTown, Ruthie Foster from Austin, Texas.
lost, I've been found, but I'm proud of my mileage. I'm out here chasing every dream I dream. I am who I am 'cause I've seen mileage. Some days I overflow with love for you. Some days I'm running on fumes. Mileage. I filled my cup up just to pour it. Yeah, I give my all and I pour it. And I follow my heart. When my spirit moves, that's when my engines start. I've learned from the turns on the road where I've lived. I owe who I am to everywhere I've been. Oh, you take your way, I'll take mileage. May your highway rise to greet you. When you can't go around, then go through. Mileage. If you're lucky, you might see a sign. There's always another to climb. And I follow my heart. When my spirit moves, that's when my engines start. I've learned from the turns on the road where I've lived. I owe who I am to everywhere I've been. Oh, you take your way, I'll take mine. Oh,
Ruthie Foster. Along with eTown's Christian Teal, Eric Tureen, Adam Bodine, Helen Forrester singing harmony. She will be back. Play some more music later on in the show.
Your visit to eTown is made possible in part by the Scientific and Cultural Facilities District, or SCFD, one of the largest cultural funding mechanisms in the United States, supporting nearly 300 organizations in the greater Denver, Colorado area. Hey, by the way, there are over 3,000 videos on the eTown YouTube channel, and that's for your viewing pleasure. So you can subscribe to that channel if you'd like to stay up to date with our past and latest video offerings, including from this program right now. You're listening to eTown.
I'm Nick Forster. You are listening to eTown. Ruthie Foster is going to be back to play some more music later on. And coming up, Early James is here from Alabama. Very soulful singer, guitar player, songwriter. Super excited that he's going to be out in a little while. I was talking about the power of music to bring us together, and that was all born out of my own experience. I was lucky enough to tour a lot, play in just about almost all the states in the Union and maybe 20 different countries. And I saw it firsthand. I watched it happen. Music connected people across boundaries and borders and languages and cultures and religions. Music made the connection. My dad fought in World War II, and so I was raised with an awareness of that chapter. And as you all know, probably after the war in June of 1945, long before I was born, a group of 50 nations came together in San Francisco to form the United Nations. They drafted the UN Charter in hopes of avoiding another world war, fostering peace and prosperity after all of that devastation. Well-intended, hard to do, and that's the story of the UN. And today it continues, and it's a tougher job than ever probably. We are all connected, and we have common interests and concerns and needs, and we need each other. Our next guest, he started out as a White House fellow under Lyndon Johnson. He was a member of the U.S. Congress and the United States Senate representing Colorado. He later served as the president of the UN Foundation. So we got to have an inside look. Please welcome back to eTown, Senator Tim Wirth.
Nick, it's so good to be here. See you and Helen again.
Thank you, Tim. It's so good to see you.
Two of my favorite people in Boulder.
Oh, thank you so much. I was thinking about you just because the UN is in the news. People are thinking about it, talking about it.
Yeah.
And the UN Foundation, of course, was formed as a way to support the work of the UN, to amplify and help in a variety of efforts. Yeah. And you were there at the beginning.
Well, Ted Turner committed $1 billion to UN causes. And he called me up and he said, you want to help me out? And I said, $1 billion, I could do that.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
So for 20 years, I ran the foundation. We
Yeah.
worked particularly on population and environment issues and a lot of peacekeeping activities.
It's a complicated beast, isn't the UN? It's got the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the International Court of Justice.
It's a very complicated organization with a very complicated governance and a very complicated track record of trying to get something done. How do you get 193 nations to agree on anything? Everybody in the room here, everybody would sit down and agree what movie to go to tonight. It'd probably take us till next month until we got agreement, you know. But it trucks along. It's terribly important.
Yeah.
And Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General, Portuguese, very frustrated because it's extremely difficult to get the big five, China, the US, France, Germany, and in the UK, together to agree. They've all got veto power, and they use it when they think that their national interest is threatened. So,
you probably know as better than most, politics involves a certain amount of performance. There's some public-facing dialogue and discussion, and then there's more private, behind-the-scenes, backdoor stuff. And I bring that up because I know that at the UN General Assembly this year, President Trump was berating the UN for about an hour, but then shortly thereafter, he sat with the Secretary General and said, quote, "Our country is behind the United Nations 100%. I may disagree with it sometimes, but I'm so behind it because the potential for peace at this institution is great."
it was a remarkable statement. You know, politics is performative and politics is governing. And you saw both of those things, you know, in the UN General Assembly.
Yeah. Can the UN do what it needs to do without the support of the U.S. in regards to climate issues?
Very hard to do.
Yeah.
If the U.S. is negative on things, it makes it extremely difficult. When the U.S. is positive on things, before joining Mr. Turner in the UN Foundation, I was at the State Department and had the privilege of representing the U.S. at a lot of fora all around the world on various issues. And I can tell you it was absolutely thrilling to speak for the U.S. And people would wait for the U.S. What's the U.S. position? Because we were generally better staffed, had thought through most issues. That was an old State Department.
Yeah.
But it was really a remarkable opportunity. And you really had a sense of the potential of the country, the potential of international cooperation, the dream of the UN, which continues. You just have to continue to believe that this sort of cooperation is absolutely imperative. You know, the world's getting smaller all the time. We're more and more in need of this sort of cooperation. Economic institutions need this kind of cooperation. And goodness knows the gap between rich and poor gets worse and worse and worse. So the humanitarian side of what the UN does is absolutely critical. Mm-hmm. So, you know, even though it's not very well funded and it's a difficult place to govern and to organize and get things done, it's also a real dream. It's sort of feel that idealism. When it gets going right, it's just terrific.
So given the fact that there's all those issues and there's not enough opportunity to solve them all at the same time, if you ran the circus, if you were the guy who was the Secretary General of the UN, and somebody came to you and said, okay, Tim, I want you to narrow the scope, where would you put your focus?
Well, I'd begin right away with climate change.
Yeah.
It seems to me that's absolutely the central concern of all kinds, and that's economic, and it's political, and it's social, and it's very difficult, and demands cooperation, demands leadership, and it demands constant pressure, constant pressure, constant pressure. I've been on the climate issue for a long time, and the more you're involved in it, the more important you see it is. And, you know, if we don't figure out how to put a cap on the amount of carbon that's going up in the atmosphere, if we don't put a cap on the way in which we're behaving toward the environment, we're going to snuff out life on Earth. And, you know, that's not hyperbole. I mean, that's absolutely the case. So that would be my number one priority. Sometimes it's not welcomed by some parts of the UN, and certainly not some parts of this administration, you know, which are virulently anti-climate right now for, you know, reasons of it's their deal, not mine, obviously. But you got to keep pushing on it and hammering away, and that'd be number one.
Yeah. I feel very lucky to have you in our midst.
Well, it's always great to be here.
Yeah, Tim, it's great.
You and Helen are such great citizens of this community, and it's great to be back in Boulder. We live part-time in Washington and part-time here. So it's always nice to see you guys and get together and hear a bit of eTown. And
well, listen, again, I'm so glad that you stopped by. I just feel really fortunate to be able to tap into the institutional wisdom, the experience, the knowledge you've gleaned over your career, and to be able to share that with our listeners. I appreciate you coming.
Great. Well, great to be with you all. And isn't eTown a wonderful institution? We're all right.
Thank you, Tim. Senator Tim Wirth, thank you so much for being back at eTown. Ruthie Foster is going to be back to play some more music in a little while. And here's what's coming up next. Early James, born in Troy, Alabama, he grew up listening to classic country music from Hank Williams and Johnny Cash, along with his mom's favorite band, the Eagles. He began writing songs and playing guitar as a teenager, and then moved to Birmingham, lived with his sister, and focused on music. The writing and playing continued until eventually around 6 years ago, he was introduced to Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys, who ended up producing his first record and putting out that record. Since then, he has made a couple more records. He's toured a lot, both here in the States and in Europe. And we're excited. He's got a really distinctive sound, great songwriter and guitar player. Please help me welcome, for his first visit to eTown, Early James.
I was told recently I'm not very good at writing happy songs, so took that as a challenge. Wrote this next one, and it's called I Could Just Die Right Now. Turned out pretty chipper.
Just right now. In fact, I don't mind if I do. If it gets worse before it gets better. I'm pretty good at singing the blues. This ain't supposed to be a sad song. Just had a shallow bucket list. Well, my watch is falling out of style. It fell right off of my wrist. Well, I could just die right now. Hey, hey. Yes, sir, I could just die right now. 'Cause living, it's a young man's game. I've fished the bed with my heroes. I've cleaned up with my friends. I've buried all my enemies. Dug up a hatchet or 10. And I've somehow known true love. Done a little dabbling in the darkness. It's the definition of enough. Send up a rope, it's quite the talent. Well, I could just die right now. Hey, hey. Yes, sir, I could just die right now. 'Cause living, it's a young man's game.
Thank you all.
Cook them on you, it'd keep you out of heaven. All set as pot suit, and I'm the gumshoe, but I'm bound to settle. Black sheep for the family, not like I wanted to be, but about to choking me. That is a latchkey. They come from a bad seat, but now I'm coming like a tumbleweed. Take it all with grain of salt, tiny asphalt, but it does great. Shook that match, keep on it red on the big. On that marquee, may come from a bad seat, but now I'm coming like a tumbleweed. They set in hat, like a moon Nashville. Take the blue pill, they wait so welcome at Nashville City style. Living out my car on the car indeed. My trusty steed. May come from a bad seat, but now I'm tumbling like a tumbleweed. Yeah, I may come from a bad seat, but now tumbling like a tumbleweed.
Thank you.
Early James, welcome to eTown.
Thank you, man.
James, good to see you, man. I can call you James, right?
Of course.
Yeah. There's so much good stuff going on in your playing and in your singing. I'm trying to imagine all the influences. You know, I read about the old country stuff. Maybe your grandparents played the Hank Williams and the Johnny Cash. But what fed your musical consciousness?
I think you like listen to what's on the radio or what your folks listen to, and then finally you hear like something like, oh no, that's music. This is their music. And that was Hank Williams. First time I heard that. And
What was it about Hank Williams? Was it the song or just the way he sang or just the energy in the song? What was it that caught you?
I don't know. It was just unapologetically raw, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also funny because I thought I'd never heard lap steel or pedal steel, so I thought he was from Hawaii because I was like, and he turns out he was from Alabama, so
Yeah.
like right down the road.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid and your reference point is SpongeBob, you know.
Which is not one that we share. And then, and when you moved to Birmingham to live with your sister, you kind of focused on music. What kind of gigs did you get? Were you playing out at like open mics, or did you get gigs in bars, or what were you doing?
It was a lot of just like 3 and 4 hour cover gigs.
Yeah.
And there's a few weird bike rallies.
And you know, we're in Boulder. Bike rallies mean bicycles here. You didn't mean bicycles, did you?
Nah.
No. Okay. Just checking. Yeah. And was it in Birmingham or in Nashville that you met Dan Auerbach?
I went to Nashville to meet him.
And Dan turned out to be the right guy, right? He's got that interesting combination because, like you, he has a broad sense of a musical foundation, and he knows about the beauty of the edge, rock and roll, and energy, and yet he also has a lot of friends and knows how to put people together.
Yeah, he's pretty hands-off. I think what he's really good at is, and I have no frame of reference, like I've heard that producers can just be extremely controlling, but there's not even a lot of talking. It's just like he brings the guys, and it's very organic and just like no one gets upset or anything. I got upset one time, but
Yeah.
I don't have to talk about that.
And are you still living in Alabama, or did you move to Nashville or anything?
I'm still in Birmingham.
Birmingham, yeah. And you've got a pretty sparse band. What I see, at least on YouTube, it's pretty much just acoustic bass and drums.
Yeah, I used to play with a great pedal steel, mandolin, harmony guy, and I just really enjoy like how scary it is to play in a trio because everyone has to, it's fun every night. So
That's cool. Well, we're going to approximate your band experience with our band. So let's get back to some more music. It's great to have you. It's really good
man.
to meet
Thank
you.
It's an honor and a privilege.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, James. Welcome back, Early James.
I'm playing duck, duck, goose inside a chicken coop. Am I the fox? Am I the hound? Am I the verb? Am I the noun? fall in love with a villain, someone who'd kill to make a living. I'll never die the hero, so let me go down swinging. Ring around the roses till there's candy and then noses. Red Rover, come on over. I'm a lady, don't need a chauffeur. Did I fall in love with a villain? Someone who killed to make a living. I'll never die the hero, so let me go down swinging. I hear the fat lady singing, so let me go down swinging.
Thank you all.
You gather round, 'cause a man's got another way just to bring us down. It's an electric slough for to cry the truth and lying just ain't no use. I say people, not people, don't you have no doubt, 'cause it'll get you killed quicker than the fall. Just forget the paradigm, 'cause it's soon to unwind. Each and every one of you are mine. follow suit. I got a plan they can't compute. It's an aluminum lid. Gotta keep yourself hid from all them things you might and you might not do. Yeah, but I ain't about to let 'em make a out of me. Oh, I ain't about to let 'em make a rat out of me. I tell you now, got this 10-foot lamp up under my sleeve.
Thank y'all so much.
It's Early James, along with the eTown's Christian Teal, Eric Tureen, Adam Bodine. That's such a cool sound. Early James.
Your visit to eTown is made possible in part by the Bohemian Foundation, building stronger communities through the bohemian qualities of creativity and imagination. On the web at bohemianfoundation.org. You're listening to eTown.
I'm Nick Forster. You are listening to eTown. I want to say hello to our listeners who are hearing eTown right now on stations like KNBA 90.3 FM in Anchorage, Alaska, on WITH 90.1 FM in Ithaca, New York, on KEOS in Bryan, Texas. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you want some more information about any of our guests, there's lots of stuff online at etown.org. You can find out how to get tickets to live shows. You can see photos. You can see links to videos. You can find out about all of our upcoming events. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel where there's lots of videos from this show and others. So, Ruthie Foster from Texas, Early James from Alabama, to Tim Wirth from Colorado. Everybody's doing the things that they feel compelled and basically gifted to do. They are playing to their strengths. They're following their muse. They're doing the things that inspire them. And they're fortunate, each of them, to have found a path that leads them to you, to an audience that recognizes and respects and appreciates their gifts. And it is, once again, theme of the show, the reminder that we're in this together. We've got a lot of stuff to share, a lot of stuff that we agree on, a lot of stuff that we can work towards on behalf of each other. I'm just happy you could be a part of it. Please help me welcome back to the stage right now, Ruthie Foster.
We still having a good time, yeah? Yeah? Woo! I feel like I just took a trip. The Early James, wow. This one's called Rainbow. is love? People ask me about love, I just point to you. What is love? People get so hung up, oh, I just run to you. What is love? Love is making a good life, day by day by day, yeah. What is love? Love is taking our sweet time, wishing nothing away. I've been hurt, you've been hurt, we've been to the end of the rainbow. That's how I know every color looks good on you. And I am love, you are love. The pain and the years, the rain and the tears, the sun's gonna shine all through like a rainbow, like a rainbow. What is love? Love is knowing what you're thinking, you don't have to explain. What is love? It's knowing what you're saying. Love is everything. What is love? Love is a feeling, oh, it makes you want to move. What is love? Together in the rhythm, yeah, together in the groove. I've been hurt, you've been hurt, we've been to the end of the rainbow. That's how I know every color looks good on you. And I am love, you are love. The pain and the years, the rain and the tears, the sun's gonna shine all through like a rainbow, like a rainbow. I've been hurt, you've been hurt, we've been to the end of the rainbow. That's how I know every color looks good on you. I am love, and you are love. The pain and the years, the rain and the tears, the sun's gonna shine all through like a rainbow.
Ruthie Foster, along with eTones. So good. Such a great singer. We got time for one more song. Want to get everybody out on stage. I want to thank all our guests. Thanks to Early James, coming from Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks to Senator Tim Wirth, helping us learn a little bit more about the United Nations. Thanks to the eTones, Helen Forster, all of our engineers and volunteers. Thanks to Ruthie Foster. We asked these two what song they might want to do together, and they gravitated towards the blues. That's where we're going. I'm Nick Forster. Hope you can be with us next week right here in eTown.
My babe don't stand no cheating on my babe. My babe don't stand no cheating on my babe. Yes, I'm hot, babe, and don't stand no cheating. Don't you don't stand none of that midnight creeping, my babe. Sweet little baby, my babe.
Oh, my babe, she knows she loves me, my babe. My babe, I know she loves me, my babe. Oh, my babe, I know she loves me. Don't do nothing but kiss and
This is a production of eTown.